Hello my two friends and happy holidays. I hope that this 2018 will be amazing for you, and I hope that it will be amazing for me as well. I'm very excited about this new year. I'm actually not really sure when I will post this video because I will be away traveling for a month. So yeah, if it's already 2018, just happy new year, and if it's not, happy holidays, and I hope that you will have an amazing new year. And now let's talk about the best of 2017. I have a lot of products to mention, to talk about, so I will try to be very short. So I will start with eyeshadows. One brand that really impressed me in 2017 is definitely ColourPop. This year I think I tried their pressed shadows for the first time, and I'm really loving the formula. I have the palette I Think I Love You, and I have All I See Is Magic. But the quality is the same for both. You get these shimmery shades which are super pigmented, very intense metallic finish, and they feel a bit more creamy, not like a dry shimmery shade. The mattes, again, super buttery, they blend like a dream, so the quality is definitely there. I absolutely love these palettes. I also have some individual eyeshadows from ColourPop, and they're the same. And I decided to talk about these as a first thing because I'm really impressed not only with the quality but also with the price, because these palettes cost less than $20, and I think that's an amazing price. Another brand that I wanted to mention is definitely Juvia's Place, and I have the Nubian 2 palette with these gorgeous rich shades. You get some shimmers in here and you get some mattes in here, and these are actually really great for beginners because you cannot really, you know, create that super pigmented color on your eyelid and then it will be just really hard to blend it. These blend like a dream, and they're very easy to work with. Again, I love the price of these. These are not super expensive, and especially if you buy these on sale, that's even more amazing, so I wanted to include this here as well. And the last eyeshadows that I wanted to mention are the Natasha Denona eyeshadows, and especially the palette number 9. So it's this like greenish pewtery kind of palette. You get like different shades of green. Some shades are like a chunky pigment, creamy pigment. Some shades have fine glitter in them, and some are just like super intense, like metallic-y finish. I mentioned this palette because I really loved using this in 2017, and not only, you know, here on YouTube filming tutorials, but also in my everyday life, let's say like this, when I want a really sparkly soft smoky eye. I really loved using this shade especially. It's just really pretty. You get a bit of fine glitter, so it just really just catches the light, especially at night. So I decided to include this one in here because I really like Natasha Denona shimmery eyeshadows. Now moving on to something that I'm really just passionate about and I love so much, cream shadows. I'll start with something that I used probably the most, a cream shadow that I used the most in 2017, and is this Pony Effect Intense Eye Tint, and this color is called Over You. It's like a taupey, browny, very cool tone kind of shade. Also, another shade that I will recommend from the Pony Effect line is No Surprise. It's like a burgundy. These two shades are my favorite from the line, especially this one. I like to use it in the crease. This one is amazing as an all-over, you know, shade to create a really sparkly burgundy, very warm burgundy, like smoky eye. They set after a while and they stay on my eyelids for quite some time. Now, if you have super oily eyelids, I'm not sure if these will be perfect for you because I do have normal eyelids. Another cream shadow that is probably my favorite shade for a cream shadow is this Peripera cream shadow, and they released these not so long ago. I got this only like a month, 2 months ago. This is number 5 from the Pearly Night collection. I just love to apply this again as an all over, you know, kind of color, and to blend it a little bit, and you have that super sparkly, super intense bronzy eye, especially at night when the light, you know, catches all those sparkly particles. Just super amazing. And this one again sets and stays on my eyes, so this is probably my favorite shade of cream shadows I also really like the Touch In Sol cream shadows, where you have the cream shadow itself and also the glitter on the other end. And I really like the color Eldora. And also one of my favorites is Thalia. Now for these, I really like both of these parts, and I really like to mix them together as well. Again, for that super sparkly kind of look. These are super easy for me just to use when I'm, you know, just very lazy and I want to throw something in there and to blend it a little bit, and I'm good to go. These are perfect. And moving on to mascaras. The two mascaras I wanted to mention is Eyeko Black Magic mascara and also the Majolica Majorca Lash Expander Liquid Extension Mascara. The brushes are both a bit curved, and I find this super easy to apply mascara, you know, if you have like a curved wand. The Majolica Majorca one has also some tiny fibers to elongate a little bit and to add some volume. These are both super black, super intense, very pigmented, and I love that because when I apply my mascara I want to have that super intense black pigment on. I also like the brushes of these, and you know, in the past I was really loving a silicone, more like a silicone brush, but now I find that I actually prefer more like a fibery mascara one. And now in my favorite eyeliner category, this will be no surprise if you watch my videos, the Mote liquid eyeliners. These are in a pen liner format. They have a brush tip, so I think that's really just easy to use, not like a stiff, you know, applicator. They're very pigmented, very nice. I have the black one, I also have the brown one. The brown one I also like to use on my brows from time to time. This is just the best liquid eyeliner ever. It's not irritating, it's super pigmented, I really like the brush, super easy to use, just perfection. Now I also wanted to mention in this video my favorite pigments, and definitely my favorite pigments are from Inglot. I have a lot of these and they're still my favorite for I don't know how many years right now. I really like especially the chunky texture ones, because I do have a couple of textures in their pigment range, but these like chunky, super sparkly ones are just my favorites. And a lot of these are actually like a duochrome color, and they're super shiny, super sparkly. When you want that sparkly look, these. And I also wanted to include in here my favorite pressed pigments, because yes, they do exist, and I talked about these in the past in my favorite Asian beauty products, and if you watch my videos again you saw all of these in action. And my favorite pigment, pressed pigment, are definitely the Witch's Pouch. I don't know how these are called. So these are called actually the Selfie Fix pigment. They have a bit of cream in them, so they adhere to, you know, your eyelids. I really like to apply these just a little bit on my eyelid to get that super intense sparkle. Now again, unfortunately, these are more like Asian beauty products, and you cannot find them in a physical store in Europe or in, I don't know, US. If you go to Tokyo again, if you go to Hong Kong, you will find them. And I will try to find them online and to list, you know, the link in the description box. But these are my favorite pressed pigments. Now moving on to the face, and this is probably the hardest thing to do right now, to talk about my favorite face products, because my skin is constantly changing. So sometimes my skin is super dry, so I will use more like a dewy foundation, dewy concealer. Sometimes my skin is just combo oily, so I will use more like a matte foundation. But there are some products that I like to use, especially in my everyday life, and I think these are the true favorites in a way. And these I can use actually when my skin is dry, when my skin is a bit more oily, so I guess these are my true favorites. Now for the liquid foundation, I like to mix these two, the Chosungah R4 foundation and also the Suqqu Frame Fix foundation. I don't know, this combo is just always working for me when I want a bit more coverage, when I, you know, go out, and also when I'm filming as well. This one is a super dewy foundation, so on its own sometimes it's just too much for me, and this one is more on the, not like on the matte side, but it's like in between. So when I mix these two together, they kind of like balance out each other in a way. These don't break me out, and also this combo will not accentuate my fine lines and also my smile lines, because I do have this problem. I have very prominent smile lines. The next foundation, I will call this like the perfect everyday foundation for me. Something that is not super high coverage, something that is super easy to use, will not accentuate again my smile lines, my texture if I have, you know, something on my face. Something that looks really good in daylight, and it's not super matte, it's not super dewy, has a super natural finish, how I like to call it. And is this cushion foundation from J.One. So this is the J.One Jelly Cushion. Has enough coverage for me for like an everyday foundation, evens out my skin tone, covers, you know, like small imperfections, and looks extremely natural on the face. Looks very good also in daylight. Now moving on to concealers, and again, concealers is a category that was really hard for me. It was really hard to choose, you know, the perfect, my favorite. One brand that I wanted to mention for sure today is definitely Peripera and their ink concealer ink corrector line. First of all, I really like the packaging. I think it's just really cute. It looks really interesting again, but the product is amazing as well. I really like the peach corrector to apply this underneath my eyes and also on my lids to correct my discoloration. This one to brighten my under eyes if I don't have a lot of dark pigment underneath my eyes, but I want that, you know, brightening effect. I really like also how these mix together. So I apply the corrector first and then I apply the concealer. They work really great underneath each other. They have a medium pigmentation. They're not super opaque. However, I find that this is actually enough for me to correct, you know, the discoloration that I have. Quickly to show you my favorite powder that I'm using all the time, the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Powder and No Sebum Blur Powder. I use this one when my skin was dry. I use this when my skin was a bit more oily, in heat, in winter here right now when it's cold, and I don't know, it just works perfect for me. Also when it's really hot outside, you know, I apply a little bit of this and it controls a little bit, you know, my oils, so I definitely appreciate that. And also it's very inexpensive. My favorite thing, highlighters. I love me some highlighter. I love applying highlighter just all over my face, all over my body, everywhere. And my favorite highlighter of 2017, the Jouer highlighters. And I actually have near me only this tiny one, which is in the color Ice. It's like a whitish gold, but my top pick is definitely a rose quartz highlighter, and I actually hit pan on that, so yeah, I'm using it a lot and I love this formula. My next pick will definitely be the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters, and I have in here Starlight, which again is one of my favorite highlighters from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I also like all the shades that she has in her glow kits. Some of those shades have more of a glittery formula, and they have some glitter in them, which, you know, I don't mind from time to time. Moving on to contour, surprise surprise, my Senna Cosmetics 90s Nude Revolution palette. This was a limited edition. She came out with 4 different palettes for different decades. I actually bought 2 of these palettes just because of this contouring shade. The other things in here are also nice, but this contour shade and, you know, how it applies, how it blends, the color itself, just perfection. And ta-da-da-da, my favorite contour shade of 2017 that I'm using non-stop right now, all the time, even in my everyday kind of makeup look, is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Amber, which is that cool toned brownie contouring shade. The color amazing, the consistency amazing. It's more like a drier, creamy consistency. So how I like to work with this, I apply it on the back of my hand a little bit, then I blend it a little bit with a brush, and then I apply it on top of my cheeks. So these are my favorites of 2017, the products that I love, the products that I recommend, the products that are my holy grails, you know. And as always, let me know what are your favorite products of 2017, or at least if you have one product that just really impressed you this year. I would love to hear that. And yeah, happy holidays, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.